We have just got the opportunity to open a sandwich shop here in the centre of Winchester, but we have got 7 days to turn the shop around, and we're coming into the busiest month of the year, December in Winchester, Christmas time. Can we do it? You're going to have to watch and wait and see. Here we go. This is going to be a journey. Opening a sandwich shop in 7 days. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Hi, I'm Gary Moreton-Jones, and I'm known for building businesses from the ground up. And this is my biggest challenge yet. We have 7 days to open a new sandwich shop, serving up to 1,200 sandwiches per week and a mountain of sweet treats. We're working out of our new coffee shop's prep kitchen, and the clock is ticking. Follow along as we face the frenzy, overcome the hurdles, and somehow, maybe just somehow, make this insane dream a reality to build a sandwich empire. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Well, here we go again. I'm going to open a new business. If you see the channel before, you know that opening businesses is what I do. I specialize in startups, and this time it's going to be a sandwich shop. So please, if you could do me a great favor, please like and subscribe right now. Put the notifications on, and I'll try and do a series of videos over the next few months of how the sandwich shop is getting on, how we are doing, all the pitfalls that come with opening a new business, especially in the catering industry, the highs, the lows. Subscribe now and stay in touch with how the sandwich shop is getting on. But for this video, we have given ourselves 7 days to open up the sandwich shop. A pretty key part, today we're going to talk about the sandwiches. And not everything always goes right, as you're about to see. Our meat supplier doesn't turn up the day before we open the sandwich shop. All our meats, all our pork, all our turkey is a no-show 24 hours before we open. We need to cook it, cool it down, get it on the slicer, and that is a 24-hour preparation job. So not to turn up was an absolute disaster. What did we do? You're gonna have to keep watching. And why do I look so tired? Well, you're about to find out.
Okay, so it's 4:30 in the morning, 0 degrees, nice trippy cold one, and we are heading into the coffee shop now to use a prep kitchen to bake all the focaccia, all the bread, and get the sandwiches ready to get to the sandwich shop before we kick off at the coffee shop. So the things you have to do when you're opening a business, we put the graft in and make sure that everything's going to happen, make sure everything's all right, and give ourselves enough time to make sure customers are happy and good food is served. So off we go to the coffee shop to make the bread. Early bird catches a worm. It's 5 AM here in the prep kitchen. We are just getting our bread together, and then we're going to get the sandwiches made and then get them down the road for opening day. Don't think this body was designed for a 5 AM start, but here we are. One thing we have started making is these delicious brioche orange buns. They've got ground fresh cardamom pods in them, and the combination of brioche and marmalade and the cardamom as it bakes off, super delicious. We basically just rolled up the brioche and the marmalade and the cardamom like a Swiss roll. Gonna cut them, and then they're gonna go into the rings to bake off. Sorry, I'm doing that one-handed. That's why it looks cat-handed. Try again. Right. Now just going in the ring like this. This will prove downstairs for about 20 minutes, and then we'll bake them off for about 15 minutes. One of the main reasons we weigh out our buns keeps the product consistent. That one's too big by 18 grams, so we're going to trim that down. Is that exactly 18 grams? Can you imagine? 150 we're looking for. Close enough. Look at me, I'm covered in flour. So you can like guess it. When you get experience, you kind of get the feel for how heavy 150 grams is. But even after 30 years cooking, I like to be completely 100% consistent, and I weigh each bun just to make sure. Is that 150? Scale's gone off. And that way I know all the costs are in the right place. It's completely consistent. And all the buns are going to be the same size once they're proved and cooked, which makes the cake counter look nice and professional, like we kind of know what we're doing. And if you've never made your own cinnamon buns, I will drop the recipe
in the description because there is nothing tastier than a homemade cinnamon bun, and nothing smells nicer in your oven early in the morning. So you can prove these overnight in the fridge, bake them off first thing in the morning, and then we just dust them with cinnamon sugar. Nothing tastes nicer and smells nicer in the morning with a good coffee than a homemade cinnamon bun laced with cinnamon butter and brown sugar. So let me show you what I'm doing just to shape them. So now I cut it into 150 gram slabs. Just going to cut them into 3 slices, but leaving the top bit together so they're still joined together. And now we just plait that like a small child's hair. I'm plaiting my daughter's hair. And bosh. We pop them in these little Darien molds just so they prove nicely. Give them a nice shape, nice flat bottom so they can sit on the boards on the cake stand. And after about 20 minutes, our orange and cardamom buns have doubled in size. We're going to cook those on 180 for about 13 minutes and then slide the ring off, leaving us with a really nice bun. For the icing, we use orange zest, orange juice, and then icing sugar, and spoon that over the top to give it a really nice glaze. And a really nice finish and an opportunity to give you some crunch and texture to that bun. You could top that icing with some nice homemade granola. And then finish with a nice dusting of icing sugar. Gives those buns a perfect finish, ready to go behind the counter. And it's Christmas, looks like snow. And then we have our freshly baked brioche orange and cardamom bun. I'll pop the recipe in the description. Next job, we're making our homemade brioche loaves using the same brioche dough. We use these for our egg drop sandwiches. And alongside that, we make our homemade focaccia, which makes these big fat boy focaccias to go in the sandwich shop. And for the focaccia, we add our water and our olive oil to our dry mix, and then mix that in our big dough mixer till it's nice and silky smooth, just like this. And after it's proved for the first time, we knock it back and then weigh it out into 2 kilo batches, and they go into gastro trays. And the dough produces these beautiful air bubbles, perfect for focaccia. Then we top this with a simple sprinkling of Dorset sea salt and let it prove again. Once the bread has doubled in size, then we slide it into the oven at 185 degrees for 17 minutes. Nice and carefully so we don't lose any of those air bubbles. Close the door and let the magic happen. And look at that beautiful golden finish. And the crispy air bubbles are still there. And now we turn it out to let the steam out so the bottom doesn't go soggy and allows the bread to rest. Now here comes the exciting part when you're making bread, that first cut into the bread. Let's slide it out and take a look. Look how soft that is. Spongy, springs back, beautiful texture, crispy top. And after calling in a favour from a local butcher who dropped off some turkey and some pork straight away, we got that roasted off just in time. Now for our festive turkey sandwich, we are using a veal glazed mayonnaise to give it a kind of gravy taste, topping that with a cranberry sauce. If you need a recipe for a great cranberry sauce, here's a link here. We spread the cranberry sauce all over that nice gravy mayonnaise. We made some stuffing in gastro trays, so it's the same size as a sandwich, and then we're going to tip on that stuffing to give it a nice layer of stuffing through the sandwich. As Ross from Friends would say, a nice little moist maker. Now we're going to level out that stuffing so it's in the right place. We've cooked the turkey to 65 degrees and let it rest so it's beautifully moist. We're going to slice that nice wafer thin slice of turkey on the slicer and now lay that on top of the stuffing. And it is so moist. And that turkey is seasoned beautifully, super moist and very delicious. And now here's a secret to a really good sandwich. Get the seasoning in there. Give it a good twist of black pepper, a nice sprinkling of salt. Season your sandwiches on the inside. Now on top of the turkey, we've made our homemade Brussels sprout slaw. And now we're adding this to the top of the sandwich, and then we're going to top that with beautifully green crisp lettuce to give it a really nice crunch as you bite into the sandwich. And then we flip on the lid, and there we have it, our Christmas sandwich. We call it the Slayer. And next up, I think is my favourite, the cold cut combo, proper New York deli style. So we've got salt cooked beef, chorizo, salami, nice slices of pickles, Dijonaise, which is Dijon mustard and mayonnaise, and then cut into portions, topped with Swiss cheese. This sandwich is an absolute banger, tastes bloody delicious. And look at that, all those layers. Rocket, cured meats, pickles, Swiss cheese, focaccia, Dijonaise. What more do you want from a sandwich? And our vegan focaccia hits the spot too. Applewood smoked vegan cheddar with loads of maple roasted vegetables. Now, I don't know about you, but I love a baguette, freshly baked. And for the festive period, we are doing a chestnut hummus, cinnamon pickled red cabbage, and sweet potato falafel. This recipe took some tweaking, but now it tastes fantastic. We do these breakfast muffins, and these muffins are filled full of local Old Winchester cheese, grain mustard, and topped with mozzarella and fresh chives, and simply delicious when they come out of the oven. And these little bad boys are baked fresh every morning. They take about 5 minutes to make, and then about 13 minutes in the oven, baked off at 175°C. And look at that golden brown top, and they are amazing with Marmite butter. And are a great alternative to the sausage rolls we bake in-house and made by our local butcher. Now this is a Korean sandwich, and we've developed this for the sandwich shop. It's called an egg drop sandwich. We home bake our loaves of brioche. Once the brioche is baked, we pop it out. And once the brioche is cooled, flick the knife, and then we slice it and fill it with homemade egg mayonnaise. Egg mayonnaise, since we started doing this, is so underrated. One of the best sandwich fillings. And classically, the egg drop sandwich is fried on the outside. We haven't got to that stage yet, but we're working on it. But our egg drop sandwiches, to get the flavour in there, we put the egg mayonnaise, sliced chorizo, then loads of salad, and then we drizzle chimichurri sauce all over the top of that to give it a nice spicy flavour. And a big squirt of sriracha sauce wouldn't go amiss at this point. The egg drop sandwich. Now all the food is freshly made, it's wrapped and dropped down to the sandwich shop.
We're off on our first Saturday run just before Christmas. Expecting a busy one in Winchester. The Winchester market's been closed for a couple of weekends due to the storms. So today it's sunny and overcast. Out of breath already at this time in the morning. So we are expecting a busy one today. So we are ramping down 100 sausage rolls down to the sandwich shop. 200 or 300 rounds of sandwiches. And our baked homemade focaccia, as you saw us baking. So fingers crossed there's enough food and everyone gets some tasty Christmas grub. Being this tired, what do you think? How am I looking? From the start of the video to this, I don't know, the bags under my eyes feel as big as Santa's sacks. You know what I'm talking about. As big as Santa's sacks. I look in the mirror and I look proper tired. This left eye keeps twitching like. So yeah, definitely need to get the feet up and get some rest.
So thank God we made it. The food was delivered on time. The meat arrived just in time for us to roast and get ready for sandwiches. So join us next week in our next episode as we talk about our location, the history of Buttercross, this great statue in Winchester, and unexpected competition that happened along the way.
So that is it. That is our last drop of December 2024 as we head into the new year. Got lots of plans for exciting sandwiches and watch this space. Onwards and upwards. We've got through the busiest month of the year in Winchester, which we are very pleased about, and we're very tired. But we made it. We had Christmas off. We had a good December. It was all very worthwhile, and we're very excited to see what 2025 brings us. If this video has been any help to you, please remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and hopefully bring more information to anyone else who's opening a business. See you in 2025. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please remember to watch this video next. This is how to open a UK street food business. See you in the next video.